What's up, everyone? It's a girl Alice, and you're tuned into GBS TV Art Club, where we believe that everything around us is art, only with a talented hand. Stay tuned as we dive into the vibrant world of creativity and expression. Remember, we are on every single Friday at 8:30 p.m. Now, before we start the show, kama kawaida, I want to narrate you a very short art story about a painting currently showing on your screens right now. This painting is called Cafe Terrace at Night, and it's an oil painting done by Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh in mid-September 1888. Van Gogh painted the exterior of a real cafe in the Place du Forum in Arles, France, where he was living at the time. Vincent was fascinated by the colors of the night and made a deliberate choice to portray it without using black, instead focusing on vibrant blues, yellows, and red, to capture the atmosphere of a lively street under a starry sky. The positions of the stars in the painting are accurate, and astronomers have used this detail to date the artwork to around September 17th to 18th of 1888. Visitors to the site can stand at the northeastern corner of the Place du Forum, where the artist set up his easel. The site was refurbished in 1990 and 1991 to replicate Van Gogh's painting. He looked south towards the artificially lit terrace of the popular coffee house, as well as into the enforced darkness of the Rue du Palais, which led to a building structure not pictured in the painting, and beyond this structure, the tower of a former church, which is now Muse Lapide. Towards the right, Van Gogh indicated a lighted shop and some branches of the trees surrounding the place, but he omitted the remainders of the Roman monuments just beside this little shop. The painting is not signed, and when it first exhibited in 1891, it was entitled Coffee House in the Evening, but was later changed to its current title. The painting is currently housed at the Kreuller-Müller Museum in Waterloo, Netherlands, and currently not for sale, but estimated to be worth over $200 million. Wow. I mean, it's talent. When you can paint something, the exact stars una paint zikiwa the exact place, alafu decades later, astronomers, they are able to locate and to identify the exact date of that painting. That's talent. Anyway, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. Msao kwanza na hashtag Art Club. Unajua kwa nyumbani, you have a gift, you have a talent. DM me on my Instagram at Alice Kamanzi. Atuoneshe watu kunje what you got. Sindio? Now our reading for the day, guys. What has words but never speaks? What has words but never speaks? Kumbuka majibu fupi pale kwa SMS line at 21144. Now, before I introduce our beautiful guest for today, we have a very short art video for you guys. Check this out. Now our guest for today, Karibu.
Asante, thank you for having me. Yes.
Now you'll just look at the camera, you're going to introduce yourself and you say what you do.
So my name is Nicole Awori, and my art name is Nicola's Art, and I am a pattern artist. I mostly do art with dots, with lines, and I like to just think of myself as a versatile artist when it comes to patterns. My main medium of working is usually acrylic paint. Sometimes I do use ink, fine liners, but mostly I paint with acrylic paint.
Yeah. So even before we even start, there is Dotilism, there is pointillism, there is dot mandala, and there is stippling.
Yeah.
So many people working on under this kind of art, they just see dots. Can you like tell us the difference between these four before you even start, like about your journey and all? The difference between pointillism, stippling, dot mandala, and Dotilism.
Okay, so the difference is in terms of like when it comes to the style or how you place the dots. Yeah, and also the materials you're using. So when it comes to Dotilism and pointillism, the difference is when it comes to Dotilism, you'll find that it's an arrangement of many dots in one solid color, and with there's no necessarily any subject that is being is being brought out with the dots. And like pointillism, which when you look at pointillism, it's like, let's just say a scenery that's been made with dots. So you can look at a pointillism art of like a dog or a cat, and it's going to look like a painting from far, but when you get close to it, it's literal dots. Then when it comes to mandalas, so first and foremost, mandalas are there's an art technique which involves putting patterns in a circle. So the patterns originate from a central point and form one big circle that looks universal, and they look like they're in unity with one another. But when it comes to dot mandalas, it's like doing a mandala itself but with dots. Yes. So when you look at a dot mandala, it will look like a circle, and in the circle there are many dots that have been put in different shapes that bring out a certain pattern, and sometimes it can be in one color or multiple colors, depending on what the artist wants to do. And then stippling is more of like using dots to shade. It's a shading technique where you use dots to shade, and stippling mostly is done by pen or pencil, due to the accuracy. It's much better if you use a pen and pencil. It's easier to control, and so when it comes to shading and your technique is stippling, you find that the darker areas have more dots, and the lighter areas or areas that are supposed to look raised have lesser dots. So that's the difference. Okay, and when did you decide to start doing art professionally? I decided to start doing art professionally full-time in 2023. Before then, I would call myself a part-time artist or a practicing artist because I was doing it alongside my studies in uni.
And what did you study in uni?
I studied international relations and diplomacy.
Oh, okay. Yes. How now did you decide now to do art? Were you doing in high school art as a subject, or?
I've been doing art ever since I was a child, and this is something my family can attest to. I do have small memories of me doing art as a child, and then in Form 2, my mom was like, you know what, since you like doing art, just go ask the art teacher if you can join the art class, in as much as it was late. So I carried my art book over there which I was drawing which I used to draw on during, that break after class 8, after class ACP, there used to be that color.
There used to be that,
So I used to draw during that time. So I carried my art book, I want to join your class, this is my artwork. And she's like, you know what, you can join. And then she gave me some activities to do. And that's how I ended up doing art up until Form 4. And afterwards, after Form 4, I still did do art, but I would do it in breaks. I would do it in breaks because after Form 4, I went to do some language courses, and then I joined uni immediately after. So when I joined uni, I actually used to do art in uni. Like sometimes I'd get to school early and you'd find me drawing. Like like this is something even my classmates can attest to, because my classmates also used to like be like, hey, can you make me a card or a bookmark? How much is this gonna be? Like my classmates are very supportive.
At least they were paying.
Yes. And even if you meet any of them, they will tell you like, you would just find her doing her art. Even the dean knew that I was an artist. I did start an art club. Unfortunately, COVID started like soon, and then we weren't going to school anymore, so I didn't get to fully build it as much as I wanted to. But by the time I was leaving university, the vice chancellor had bought my art piece to hang in his office. So I didn't know that he had actually hung it in his office at school until I showed somebody a picture of that art piece, and they're like, wait, I've seen this in the vice chancellor's office. So I have been an artist from birth. Let me just say, I was born as an artist, and in as much as I have taken breaks throughout life, I always come back to art. So in 2023, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take the big step, and I'm going to be a full-time artist and see where that takes me.
Your social media handles.
So on social media, you can find me at Nicola's Art on Facebook, and on Twitter and Instagram at Nicola's_art, and it's Nicola's NICOLAHS_art. And on YouTube as well, I'm on YouTube as Nicola's Art. You can find my art pieces there, and you can find videos of me even creating some art pieces across all my socials.
So let's say you are nominated for the Digital Creators Awards.
Yes.
And you bagged second place for Creator of the Year. Can you tell us about that experience?
It was an amazing experience. First of all, I opened my email, just going through my email, like, let me see what has somebody sent me. And then I find an email like, you've been nominated for an award and all that, and I was just like, I cannot believe this. First of all, I was excited because when it comes to awards, and like they had all of these other categories like fashion, photography and all that, they really put visual arts there. So for the first time I was seeing an award show where there's visual arts. I was happy. I was excited. I was like, wow, finally they're starting to see the visual artists, they're starting to include us in many other things. And for me, that was like a sign that was showing that my career is on its way to grow. I just need to find ways to get into that space and make use of such spaces.
And what does it take for someone to be nominated in such an award?
Honestly, I don't know. I just found the email. I was shocked because first of all, I was like, wait, I don't even have that many followers. So I don't know how they were nominating people. But for me, I was really, really shocked actually. I was like, oh, so, there's somebody out there who's seen my art, who sees what I do. And I remember I told my cousin about it, and she's like, see, I told you, people will start seeing your art. You just need to keep going. So, But I think as long as you keep showing yourself, like showing your work out there, I would say, please, if you are an artist, just start your social media, show your picture, show your process, talk about the challenges you face, and
So you find there are artists who really like to compare their work with other people's work, especially the upcoming artists. They compare their work with people who've been in the industry for 10 years, 20 years. What advice do you have to those artists who like to compare their work to other people's?
Hey, honestly, don't do that. Because let me give you just a short story. There was this time I was scrolling on Twitter or X, and I saw this famous graffiti artist, a Kenyan famous graffiti artist, and they had posted TBT, a throwback picture, and it was them, and they were doing graffiti in 2006.
Oh my Lord.
In 2006, I was in class 3. I'm in class 2. I don't even remember. I was in class 3, yeah. So, you know, when I came into the art industry, even as a practicing artist, this is somebody's name which I learned of when I joined now the art industry. That was like in 2018. That's when I first exhibited my artwork at the museum. But like at that time, you know, I was looking at them and I'm like, when you mean to pick up as I was comparing myself with somebody who had started the art journey when I was still a child. So comparison is not bad. Comparing to see how your progress is coming, that's okay. Comparing to see to see even if you can collaborate, comparing for positive reasons, that's totally okay. But the minute you start comparing your work to other artists and you're looking at and you feel less of yourself, you're going to have a big problem even in terms of your esteem as an artist. Because you'll find that you start seeing, you're like, my work is not good as theirs and all that, and that's not good for you as an upcoming artist, honestly. So for me, I just say, if you're going to compare your work to other people, compare for good reasons. Do not compare because you want to, you know, because sometimes you're comparing yourself to somebody who's been doing this for 10 years.
And you can't be on the same level.
And this is why, like even on my social media, even on my portfolio, I've made sure I've put my work from even way back. So that, and on my portfolio is very strategic with that. My work from way back is at the top. At the bottom is the work I've been doing recently. Now, I did that strategically because I did not want somebody to come to my page and be like, no, you come to my portfolio, you see the work I've been doing in the past, and as you scroll, you'll see it gets better
and better. That's amazing.
So don't compare yourself in a negative sense.
Only in a positive way, to motivate you.
To motivate you. Yes.
Don't forget, we are on every single Friday at 8:30 p.m. Send us your feedback pale kwa SMS line at 21144 mkianza na #Art Club, and follow us on all our social media platforms at GBS TV Africa. Now we are going to be going for a very short commercial break, lakini tukirudi Nicole atatuongelesha more on her art journey, so stay tuned.
Everywhere GBS.
Welcome back, everyone. It's your girl Alice, and you're tuned into Art Club, the best art show in the whole of East Africa. Msisao, we are on every single Friday at 8:30 p.m. Our SMS line is 21144. Msisao kwanza na #Art Club, and follow us on all our social media platforms at GBS TV Africa. Now, Nicole, even before you show us your amazing art, nataka ufanye kitu moja. I want you to look at that camera, and I want you to advise yourself moving forward in your art journey, starting with dear Nicole.
Dear Nicole, I hope you've seen how far we've come, and I just want to tell you that please keep up the hard work, keep up the consistency, and don't ever let the dream die. For us to have gotten here, we have been through so much. We have, our journey has seen blood, sweat, tears, literally, and I don't want you to ever give up, no matter how difficult it gets. I don't want you to ever give up. I don't want you to ever think you're not good enough. I don't want you to ever think that you being an artist is not good enough of a job like maybe everybody else made you feel like. You are powerful, you're a star, and you know that the little Nicole is so happy to see you here. So keep making her proud. And I know she never thought you'd get here, but look at us, little Nicole. So keep making us proud. So future Nicole, don't give up on us, just like I didn't give up on our little younger Nicole self. So yeah, keep up the good work. And make sure to always uphold your values, your morals in your art and your ethics. And lastly, always ensure that as you begin your new journey of using your art as a voice for the voiceless, make sure you never compromise that, and make sure you stick to your original path.
Yeah. Uniqueness.
Yes.
Now to the amazing art. We'll start with this one. You can just hold them and you can explain like what technique is this. Yes.
So this is Dotilism, and like I said, it's using dots to create an art piece.
Yes.
But unlike pointillism, this is just dots everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see any form of subject that's being brought out.
Yeah.
It's just dots that have been arranged in random places, and
Yeah.
so you can, this is what Dotilism is, and this is the technique. So for me to do this, I just use random tools. It can be the back of a paintbrush.
Yeah.
It can be a pin. It can be the back of a pencil. It can be a toothpick.
Yeah.
It can even be the back of a permanent marker.
Yeah.
A biro pen cover.
Yeah.
So many different tools, and as long as the tool is round at the end, you can make dot art.
And what medium is this?
This is acrylic, and the background is actually acrylic mixed with bicarbonate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the size?
These are 20 centimeter circles.
Circles. And how much is it going for?
They're each going for 6,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Now to the next.
So the next, these are dot mandalas. So there is mandalas that are hand drawn, which involve using patterns, repeated patterns, which are like circular and lines.
Yeah.
But this is now dot mandalas, where you use dots to bring out a mandala. So as you can see, they start from the center.
Yeah.
The design always starts from the center in both of them. Here and here. And you work your way out as you go.
Yeah.
So depending on how you feel that day, you can decide you want this kind of ending or this kind, which is more uniform. And this kind is more, not necessarily uniform, but it does create some sort of pattern that looks like it continues. It's like a
like a spiral.
Spiral. Yes. So that's, you can see now the different ways you can finish the pattern, and you can also see the different patterns you can put inside. So over here you can see I did do the spiral over here at the center, and over here in this one you can see here in the middle I used this pattern. So depending on how you feel, or rather how your soul is being guided, you will figure it out.
So, this is what medium is this?
This is acrylic on canvas.
What size is this that you're holding?
This is a 40 by 40 centimeter canvas.
And how much is it going for?
This is not for sale.
Oh, this is okay.
This one specifically is not for sale.
Okay, and the other one?
This is a 60 by 60 centimeter canvas, and this is going for 50,000 shillings.
Okay. Okay. Hi. So there are people who, you can even put it down. There are people who say like dot mandala is very spiritual. In what terms is dot mandala, this kind of art, spiritual?
Well, for starters, mandalas are more of like an Asian practice. So you'll find it in Buddhism or Hinduism. And the closest I can think of right now is if you were to go to like a yoga studio, you will find mandala, like you will find mandalas as one of the decorative pieces there. So in terms of spirituality, it comes like in form of like oneness, connection, unity, and it all starts from a central point. So it starts from a central point, then it evolves as it goes. So that's in terms of spiritual. So even when I started doing mandalas, I used to, the reason why I got attached to them was because I felt like calm while doing them. I felt some form of oneness, some form of calmness, and even when you're doing them, you don't even notice time is going. For me, I would just sit, I could even sit for 4 hours, and I'd not notice time is going until somebody calls me, and that is how peaceful they are.
Yeah.
So that is their connection to spirituality that I can see is there.
So you can say art is very therapeutic.
Yes, art is very therapeutic, and for me, I find it to be very therapeutic in terms of the reason why even like, okay, when people ask me what inspires you to even make the patterns, I tell them, I overthink a lot.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing, what you see me produce is the result of my overthinking that has been processed to create the art you're seeing. Yeah. Because my mind is very disorganized. It's a whole mess. Yeah. So for me, I'm like, okay, how can I turn this into art? Yeah. And that's what comes out. You see over here, and in these two small circles. Yeah. Ah, okay. So say, I'm sure there are people who are watching you, there are brands who are watching you, there are sponsors who are watching you, and they would like maybe to work with you, to partner with you. I want you to pitch yourself as a brand. Okay. So as a brand, yes, I would say that I work with patterns a lot. That is my main technique. Yes. So if a brand was to approach me and they're like, hey, we want you to do this art piece for us, or we want to commission you to be giving us paintings like for our walls every 6 months. For me, my main technique is patterns. Even if you want it to be sceneries, it will include patterns. Also, when it comes to working with me as well, just know you're going to have to sign an agreement, a contract, an artist contract, to just state that, my art cannot be replicated without my knowledge. And also, for brands, I want you to know that when it comes to me creating my artwork, I make sure that the uniqueness, in as much as the artworks may be similar, what I create for you is something that will be uniquely yours. It's not something that you will see elsewhere. It will be uniquely yours. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. So now we're going to be entering into something called random questions. Ask your question, unajibu bila kufikiria, si ndio? Okay. You ready? Yes. The first question, brush or pencil? Brush. Abstract or realism? Abstract. Favorite time to create, morning or night? Night. Paint on canvas or digital art? Paint on canvas. Quick sketch or detailed masterpiece? Detailed masterpiece. Color you can't live without? Black. Inspiration, nature or people? Both. Biggest challenge, starting or finishing a piece? Starting. If not art, music or dance? Dance. Music. I love both of them. Which one? I have to pick dance. Dance. Okay. First artwork you ever sold, remember or forgotten? Remember. Dream gallery to showcase in, local or international? Local. Local. Okay. Art is passion or career? Career. What drives your creativity, imagination or experience? A little bit of both. Okay. I can't pick that. You can't pick? Yeah. Okay. If you could collaborate with any artist, alive or gone, who? I would love to collaborate with Edwin Aina. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. One word to describe your art style. Complicated. Complicated. And it's really amazing. Thank you. Now, as we are closing the show, what advice do you have to the artists who are watching you? The advice that I have is, when you start your art career, if you want to make it a career, you need to make sure that you know why you're doing it. You need to make sure that you're so strong, you believe in yourself so strongly that you sometimes sound delusional. Like, Delulu. Yes. When it comes to building an art career, Delulu is the Solulu. You need to be so delusional about your dream that everybody else around you has no other option but to believe it with you. Like, that's, yeah. And then make sure you build up on endurance and resilience, because building an art career is very, very difficult. Even if you're from a privileged background, it is extremely difficult. but it's something that can be done. It's something that can be worked on, but you need to have discipline, you need to be resilient, and you need to have endurance, because hey, sometimes you can get rejections, and they break your heart. You also need to learn how to have a very strong heart, because rejections will come, and sometimes they might make you feel like your art is not good enough, but that's not the case. When you get a rejection, just you apply again. Even me, apply again. Like una apply mpaka waku accept. Eventually they will accept you. I'm not even joking. This is lived experience. And lastly, if you believe in a spiritual or higher being, ensure that you ask them to bless your work. Ensure that you always praying and asking them to bless your work all the time, even in terms of if you want to work for brands, if you want to work with anybody, just always ask them to bless your work.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Wish you all the best in your art journey. Go out there and conquer.
Yes.
Thank you. So I hope you mnakumbuka are ready for the day, guys. What has words but never speaks? A book. I hope mlipata hiyo, sindio? Don't forget, we are on every single Friday at 8:30 p.m. Our SMS line is 21144. Msao kwanza na hashtag Art Club, and follow us on all our social media platforms at GBS TV Africa. Remember, this has been your show Art Club, where we believe that everything around us is art, only with a talented hand. I've been your host, Alice. Till next time, bye-bye.